few weeks ago, there was an outrage when the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force recommended that women undergo regular yearly mammograms beginning at age 50 instead of age 40. Today, L.A. Councilman Tom LaBonge pronounced his opposition to the guidelines, and Riverside County supervisors approved a resolution condemning the panel's recommendation. Joining us for a Filter House call, it's our pal, Dr. Yvette David. We call her Dr. Y. Hi, Yvette. How are you?
Good. How about you?
Good, thank you. All right. What would the panel who made those recommendations say now that they're understanding people are denouncing them? What do you recommend?
Well, first of all, as far as the panel goes, it's interesting because it was actually, all this information was out about a year ago, but it didn't make it to that Annals of Internal Medicine until this year, and now we're all hearing about it. So it's not related to this whole change with healthcare as far as we can tell. So I want to say that as an aside. I think it's important. But what they're saying is that because women in their 40s have a much higher false positive and false negative rate, that they feel that it's not a good screening test. Me, on the other hand, I have other opinions. What they're looking at is because one out of something like 1,900 people have to be screened in order to find that one breast cancer. So 1,900 people have this inconvenience compared to 60 to 70, 1 out of 370. So you see that there's a much higher false positive rate.
Yeah. But Yvette, I don't want to be the 1 out of 1,900 that
Absolutely.
didn't get tested.
I agree with you. And I feel that when I'm doing my own screening test, I tell people, I want you to be the one that's inconvenienced. I don't want you to be the one that we're looking for. And I think that if we explain to women, instead of just giving them a form saying, go get your mammogram, we say that, by the way, even if you have an abnormal test, 90% of those abnormalities are going to turn out to be nothing. So don't panic about it. You just have to know that that's part of screening. You're going to have a lot of false positives. But I totally feel that you cannot base, statistics are very interesting, but I deal with people and I don't want to miss anything. And the other thing is there's something called a digital mammogram, which this same task force said, well, we don't have enough information to say, digital mammogram is going to save lives. Well, we do have information to say that digital mammogram is better when you're younger, between 40 and 50, because if you have more dense breasts or people that have more dense breasts, it's going to be 70% more sensitive compared to 55%. So I say, instead of saying don't do anything, how about doing something better? Or if not digital, maybe other tests are coming along. But until we have something better, don't take away what we have. And so I'm with it, everyone else, in the frustration. I hope it doesn't make people say, it's not needed anymore, because that would be a big calamity.
No, I think people do believe they need it. Yvette, well done. Have a great holiday. We'll talk to you next year. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Have a happy holiday.
Okay.